laughed at me. Wait till they think about this. Ah!
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Okay, today we're going to be talking about
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
the brain. You might be wondering why I'm wearing these glasses. Only smart people wear glasses, so let me just... People assume that our brains can take in images the same way for everybody, but the truth is that we all receive information differently. Some people receive images in extreme detail. That's me. I see flying purple crocodiles. And some aren't able to see images at all. That's just really sad. If I said I drove a Camaro, do you picture the car, the color, the wheels, maybe even where it's parked, or the water droplets from its last wash? This is called hyperphantasia. This is where you're able to create a mental image that is real to you in your mind, as if you're seeing it in real life. The extreme opposite of this condition is called aphantasia. These individuals aren't able to create any mental images at all. Seems like a dark, lonely place to me, but at least they're good at math. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty impressed with my ability to pronounce all these big words! Anyways, most of us fall in between. How do you know where you fall on the spectrum? I'm so glad you asked. This chart shows exactly the spectrum from hyperphantasia to aphantasia. Number 1 shows the most extreme case of hyperphantasia, which represents 10% of the world's population. Some of the most creative artists, musicians, and professional sports athletes are part of this group. One example is the famous composer Mozart. Number 5 shows the most extreme case of aphantasia, which is said to encompass about 2% of the population. People with aphantasia tend to have a higher average IQ and are less affected by scary stories, since they can't visualize them. These are the big Freddy Krueger fans.
You are all my children now.
The majority of people fall in the middle ground. That can be anything from visualizing the same apple with less detail, perhaps just a red shape. Some may see it in black and white, and others may only see a vague outline of the apple. The study of visual imagery started back in 1880 with Francis Galton. According to his research documented in the Statistics of Mental Imagery, he surveyed individuals to determine the vividness of their mind's eye. Who don't know, the mind's eye is the ability to imagine or recollect an object using only your mind. Modern day tests include the VVIQ, which was created in 1973 by David Marks. I said it right that time. The OSIQ, created in 2006, and the SUIS, which was created in 2019. All of these tests include a variety of questions that are asked to the participants who take them. Because these details and descriptions are unique to each person, none of the tests are truly accurate, but they can get pretty close. The last imagery topic that I would like to explore in this video is Google? Yeah, no.
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia. Synesthesia couples 2 or more senses to a specific object. These connections are fixed for life once you make them. Meaning, if you associate rubber ducky with maybe the number 7, that connection is there as long as you live. There are 4 types of synesthesia. Grapheme color synesthesia, I'll get it eventually, is the association between colors and numbers, or letters, just depends on the person. This graph is an example of what someone with this condition would see. So the 5s are blue and the 2s are green. Of course, this varies from person to person, but the concept is relatively the same. If you have chromesthesia, then you associate sound with color. So you could be listening to music and see flashes of color or a colorful burst of light. Lexical gustatory synesthesia is where you associate food with a word or an image. You could think of penguin and associate it with mac and cheese. It just depends on what the word is, and it varies from person to person, as I've said before. The last one I'm going to talk about is mirror touch synesthesia. This one is where you literally feel what other people are feeling. So if I slapped you across the face, someone with this condition would feel that slap, even though it's not actually happening to them. I'm glad to pass this gift on to others. Hyperphantasia has similar properties to synesthesia in that some individuals don't require first-hand experience. This is a very cool gift. With just a simple word of ice cream, people with this ability can taste ice cream without ever putting it in their mouth. Sounds like a pretty good weight loss plan. One last thing I forgot to mention. Schizophrenia can be connected to people with hyperphantasia. I know a lot of you now are saying, oh, that explains a lot, Eliza.
Now we know what turns them back and forth.
Turns who what? Why am I soaking wet?
Cool.
Hey, tra-la-la.
We should probably stop.
Yeah, we probably should.
Stop doing this. Tra-la-la. I am Captain. What are you doing? Hello? Well, hello. What's happening? Fear not. Ah! Didn't know I could do this. Hey, sidekick. Hey.
That's all, folks.